Greetings, family, fans, and friends of Silverthorne Leatherworks. I'm Silverthorne, and today we're going to revisit this 1991 Ford E350 converted box fan, also known as Big Red. It's been about 2 years since I introduced you all to Big Red. For those of you who are new to my channel, let me provide a little history. Prior to acquiring Big Red, I was doing my event circuits in a 2011 Ford Ranger. During the summer, this wasn't much of a problem. No matter where I went, I could usually find some sort of campground and set up a tent. However, my events are at all times of the year and not necessarily dry or warm enough for camping. One of my tents sank into a muddy morass in Tenino, Washington. Another flew away in a sudden storm cell near Yakima. And a third was destroyed by high winds and rain outside of Kansas City, Missouri. That one was the last straw. Good tents are not cheap, and neither are a hotel room. Since I am not a stupid husband, I started talking up the idea of a van to replace the truck with my wife. The original idea was to get a new Ford Transit van or something similar and build that up. The problem being that the cost for it was somewhat prohibitive for my budget. Luckily for me, in mid-December I found Big Red on Facebook Marketplace for $2,000 or trade, and the man was willing to trade for my Ford Ranger. Beginning in January 2018, I started cleaning out the van in preparation for building it into an event vehicle. You can see the video I did on that in the description down below. Cleaning out the box portion was a major chore, but I got to learn a lot of the history before she became Big Red. The van started out as a vending machine stocking vehicle, then transitioned to a contractor's van. Just before I got her, she was used to haul scrap metal. January into February was spent getting the insulation, wallboards, and futon support structure built. Yeah, I went with a futon. While I can hum the tune with basic carpentry, I was in a time crunch and I needed something that would work before my event at the end of February. I didn't have the time or skill to figure out how to build a folding/sliding bed with storage, also built around a wheel well. I've put links to the build videos down below in the description. Okay, now that you've heard the backstory, let's open her up and see what I've done with the inside. So this is the back storage area for Big Red. In it, I keep all of my inventory, lighting, tentage, and as we pan over here, all of my displays and booth paraphernalia. Everything was measured to fit this space exactly. Now let's continue on to the living area of Big Red. Directly in front, you can see the full-size futon that I'm currently sleeping on. It originally came with a 6-inch mattress that really felt like 4, and when you laid down on it, like nothing at all. Last year, I replaced it with an 8-inch inner spring mattress that is much more comfortable. For Christmas, my wife also got me a full set of sheets and blankets. As we pan over, we can see my selection of paperbacks that I keep on the wall. Mostly fantasy, sci-fi, etc. Above the library is the tent pole storage for my custom Baker tent. All canvas construction. The back is actually 5 feet tall, with enough room for me to work in. I also store the poles for Big Red's awning and my broom there. As we pan over here to the right, we can see my cube storage. This pretty much holds all of my worldly possessions. In the gray is all of my clothing, garb, and other accessories. Green contains the stereo and CDs and propane actually. And for some reason, I still don't have anything in the white one. Hey, extra space is always good, right? To the left is a gray magazine holder that holds my headband light, earbuds, and when I go to bed, my phone and other accessories that I don't want to lose. This is actually one of the things that I bought in the last year to help me keep everything organized. In the two upper right cubes are the plastic tubs that hold all of my small items. These include my filming equipment, a first aid kit, batteries, charging, and emergency lighting, and then of course the usual socks, underwear, and whatnot. All things that would get lost inside one of those canvas totes. I also have a mirror there so I can make sure I'm pretty before I go out into public. As we swing right to the passenger side wall, I'm going to go ahead and sit down here. Originally, I had set this area up as a workstation, complete with tool rack and hardware storage. Unfortunately, I found that I didn't really do most of my work here in the van. I did it in my booth. It didn't really do me much good with all my stuff there. Now all of my tools and hardware are mobile. I'll be doing a video on my mobile workshop sometime in the future. Down here is my fold-up table. While it doesn't serve as a workbench anymore, it still sees plenty of use while cooking and editing video. This used to be one of my display shelves, and I turned it into my kitchen area. You can see all of my dishes, food, and other kitchen-related paraphernalia. Some new purchases for this year are the collapsible bucket and wash basin, which is currently in use, which is why it's not in its spot. Finally, I have my brand new 72-quart Ozark Trail cooler. It is based off of the Yeti cooler, but a couple $100 cheaper. I bought this to replace the Coleman cooler that I've been using the last few years. While it kept everything cold enough, this is supposed to keep everything cold for over 10 days. So that's about it for the tour of the inside of Big Red. In addition to everything I've done inside, I've also replaced all 6 tires, battery, starter solenoid, and the steering wheel column, as well as a few other mechanical bits and pieces. So that's about it. If you like what I'm doing, like, comment, subscribe, share this video around, and I'll see you the next time. Have a good day.